Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. Last episode we lost Gygas the Mew, which really upset me, but we got Krillin the Duskull, which is going to evolve when we literally give it one more level. I did also give it Blizzard, because its moveset was real horrible, and I just needed to have something. Also, that's the wrong button, that's the speed button, not the wrong button, which effectively accomplishes about the same thing, honestly. It's just moving around faster. We're not going to be able to catch any more Pokemon because I don't think the Indigo Plateau itself actually... Are you kidding me? Really? Holy crap, you're level 46 and you have 77 HP. That is horrible. Also, why am I trying to defeat a level 3 Dragonite? It would have been so nice to catch a level 3 Dragonite. That could have been the ace of my team. But no, I had to get... I don't even know what I got on this route. Did I get anything on this route? I probably did. Didn't I get, like, the Makuhita? No, Makuhita I got in Viridian, I think. Viridian Forest. I don't know what I got on Route 2. Maybe there was my encounter for Route 2 and I just ran away from it. I feel like that early in the game, though, I would go to Route 2 to capture just anything to fill out my team. So I'm sure I went through there before and just didn't end up catching something useful. Or maybe it was something useful and it died quickly, and there's a lot of pretty decent Pokemon around here, I'm gonna be honest. This one is mostly decent because it's gonna give me a lot of XP, and I really need to, not Tien, Krillin to evolve. I also have 2 Dragon Ball names on my team now, I realize. Because I think when it becomes a Dusclops, it'll be a little bit less fragile. Probably still a little bit of a glass cannon. I don't know really what Dusclops is used for, because I never really used one. The closest I got to using a Pokemon in that evolutionary line is a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon with a Dusknoir. Holy... Okay, so you are really up there as far as defense goes. You can take hits fairly well, but your HP isn't that high. So that kind of balances it out and makes it about the same as everything else on my team. So after all, you're not that useful, because you can take hits about as well as everybody else, but you can't deal hits. Maybe Oolong was the better idea. I'm going to give Krillin the benefit of the doubt until it evolves. If it evolves and it still sucks, we're going to switch back to Oolong. Which means I am going to go into a number of... Oh, I can't switch out into a Psychic type anymore. Well, I've got Flog. Flog is not a Psychic type, granted. I don't think so, at least. I think it's just a normal type, right? Does it evolve into a Psychic type? Is Porygon Z a Psychic type? Am I just making things up? Because I feel like it should be a Psychic type. At least Porygon Z should be. Porygon 2, I don't know. Porygon Z definitely should be a Psychic type. So, I'm going to share a little secret, you guys. I don't like any Victory Road ever. I like the idea of Victory Road. One last big dungeon before facing the final challenge of the entire game. But in execution, Victory Road always just kind of drags on for me. Pursuit is not that good a move, but it might just... Oh, that does nothing. Okay, so you can take hits significantly more well than I gave you credit for. Or you can just not deal hits as hard as I give you credit for. Does that even make any grammatical sense? I don't know if it does. What I do know, however, is I don't really have much to deal with Duskull. I mean, I've got Bites on 4, but I would really prefer to have a... He can deal with himself. That's fine with me, just kill yourself to curse me. It's not gonna matter because the battle is gonna be over. Totally fine with that. So I think I roughly remember how to get through this Victory Road. I go left here. If I go right, there's 2 items there. which I don't care about because I think one of them is a revive. I was gonna say a rare candy, and then I was like, no, it's a revive. And then I remembered I have 2 rare candies. I can just evolve Krillin through a rare candy. Which is a very good idea. I'm going to do that as soon as I get out of this battle with this Moltres. Which will die to 1 rock throw, because it's a firebird, and firebirds don't like rocks. Apparently, you don't mind rocks as much as I thought you would. And you're going to probably get all your HP back? Yeah. Please, Slug, could you crit? I would really like a critical hit here. Or at least not get it into red. No. You wouldn't. No. Screw you. And you outspeed as well. So you're just wasting my PP is what you're doing at this point. Which is very inconsiderate of you, because you're just standing here the entire day in this cave, where I walk around and have to actually get through the cave itself. Don't I miss my grass type right about now? Well, luckily I have learned from my mistakes in the past and now realize that rock is not ground, so I can actually use Thunderbolt on Corsola. That's more difficult to say than I thought it would be. Wow. And Corsola isn't useful for anything in life ever. And I can say against Lapras, okay, this is going well. This is going very well. I also, by the way, before last episode, tried to get the EXP chain, where you need 50 kinds of Pokemon, and while I have definitely seen and caught 50 kinds of Pokemon through evolution and everything like that at this point, the whole National Dex thing is an issue again, so I can't get the EXP chain. Which makes grinding significantly more annoying and tedious and time consuming. So far though, these trainers are actually lower level than the Duskull around here, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why that is. Maybe the Duskull, what are the Duskull replacing? Because they're definitely the highest level Pokemon around here, which I don't mind because they're not that useful. So they're not threatening either. Then again, I don't really have anything to deal with them other than just relying on the fact that they curse themselves to death. Oh, you take that very well. No, you don't. You just have a lot of HP. And you give a lot of XP. Holy crap. That's 2000 experience for a level like 40. Cross Chop. I like Cross Chop. I might just get rid of Vital Throw at this point. Yeah, Vital Throw is only 5 power points more powerful with Stab than Earthquake is. And I still got Revenge for reliability, and then I've got Cross Chop for a lot of damage. Because Cross Chop with Stab is just, that's gonna be very powerful. And 80 accuracy isn't that bad, all things considered. So I think that's a reasonable thing I just did there. Maybe it wasn't. I would really like to see arguments as to why it wasn't. Other than the fact that I literally last episode said... Good. Literally, I said last episode, I want to be reliable and I don't want to have to take any chances, because if I'm taking chances, I'm doing things wrong. Spoiler, I'm doing things wrong because I'm a little bit underleveled for Victory Road. And I could have just been in the first little part of Victory Road and grind up to level 50. But I wanted to wait with that until the end of Victory Road, at which point I can easily heal. Sharpedo, oh yeah, remember, can't escape. Oh, you have a dark type move, no, don't use Bite or Crunch. At this level you definitely probably have Crunch, why didn't you use it? I'm very glad that you didn't, but why didn't you? Also, itchy nose, okay. Where were we at? Defeating this Sharpedo, that's what. We can run away with Manectric, but now we're in with 4. We could just Thunderbolt, and it will be a little bit of experience. And using a rare candy will become even more wasteful because at this point Krillin's halfway there already on just switch training. I'm actually gonna look at Krillin's XP because if it's close to leveling up at this point, I'm not going to. 2500 XP. I think that's worth it just to save me a little bit of heartache. Potentially. Where is my rare candy? If this doesn't evolve him, by the way, I'm going to be mad. Okay, it evolves. I was real scared there for a moment that it didn't go to this screen, but it firstly goes back to the team and then goes to this screen. So, how is this going to impact your stats? Because you got a third evolution in Generation 4. And even then, I don't think that's a very good Pokemon, right? All things considered. It's a decent Pokemon, but it's just like competitively, I don't think it's very viable. The Snore, as far as I see. I'm not very into the competitive scene here. So, its stats were significantly boosted. It's still not a very good attacker, but it can take hits fairly well at this point, I want to say. So, it might be a pretty good wall. At which point, Will-O-Wisp is actually a very good... Oh, I can combine it with Toxic. Okay, yeah, no. You're staying on the team. You're definitely staying on the team, because I can combine Krillin's Bulk with Toxic to Toxic stall annoying enemies. I think I've got a strategy here. I think Krillin's just gotten a place in the team. It's not the place I figured he would have. I figure he had roughly the same place as Mew, which is just having a lot of coverage as far as moves go. But I think this might just work very well too. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe Krillin will still just die. What? You have 5 Pokemon? I mean, I know you're probably heading to the Elite Four to beat them as well, but why are you standing next to a ladder? If that's the case, just go through the cave. Help me get through the cave. Why are we competing against each other? We're both trying to get to the end of this cave to compete against the Elite Four. Why are we fighting each other? Why aren't we friends? I want to be friends. I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill your Pokemon. Well, to be fair, they just faint. Mine die. Which isn't fair. That's not fair at all. You're just mocking me at this point, aren't you? I just lost Gygas. I was really happy to have Gygas, and now I'm going to have to put down another Mew. It's on the opponent's team, so that makes it a little bit less painful, but I really don't want to do this. Gygas, come on. Just come over here, Gygas. 2 flinches in a row, wow, that's... Screw you. You're taking hits so well. I could have had this. If a damn golem didn't explode on my face, and the critical hit is actually very welcome there. Thank you, Thor. I'm sorry, Gygas. I'm sorry. Glalie, that's one of those Pokemon I always forget exist. And while I think that would be an interesting common question of the day, I think it would also be a very hard one to answer, because if I'm going to ask you, I probably will end up making that the question. But if I end up asking what is the Pokemon you always forget exists, you're not gonna know what it is because you always forget that it exists. But I'm interested to see if you guys actually have answers for that, because for me, Glalie is definitely one of those. And let's just go through a Pokédex real quickly. Pokemon Dex order. See if there's any more Pokemon that I always forget exist. Especially in like the first 5 generations. Everything after that I don't have as well memorized anyway. But let's see. Let's do Pokemon by National Dex number. We'll get to that when we get to the next battle. That was a lot of XP for one Pokemon, wow. Well, I'm used to leveling up against like level 25 Pokemon at this point, because that's what I did for the entirety of the grinding session before going into the 8th gym. Are you fucking kidding me? That would have been pretty decent to have. So, this is a strength puzzle you can fairly easily mess up. It's also going to be real nice to be able to grind against Articunos. Maybe I shouldn't lead with Krillin, maybe I should lead with Thor. I was going to say you took that so well, but it's a Fire Spin, and Fire Spin doesn't deal damage against anything. And I can't escape now. Can I switch out? I can't switch out, so probably this is just going to be the end of Krillin at this point, I want to say. I don't think I can do anything here. No, that's going to absolutely destroy me. And Blizzard is not going to be a good option either. Krillin, I'm sorry, but clearly this just wasn't meant to be. I tried. I even gave you a rare candy. If I really didn't have any faith in you, I wouldn't have given you that rare candy. I gave you the rare candy and now you're gonna die. It's just gonna take a while, so... I think that's that Fire Spin runs out. Is that true? Because then I can just switch out. I think that... go into pain. I can't. No longer safeguard. Freed from Fire Spin. Krillin lived! Krillin freaking lived! It's first time for everything, right? You can Fire Spin Pain all you want. That's not going to be an issue, because Pain will just literally wreck your world. Look at this. Now you're alive. And now you're not. That's what you get for messing with my fucking Krillin. I'm not gonna have Krillin up front anymore, because that was... I frankly don't know if I'm going to end up using Krillin, especially after that battle just now. If Krillin had any better move coverage, that would be one thing, but... it just doesn't. Its moves suck very badly. And it doesn't even have anything to heal itself. If it had anything to heal itself with that defense, that would be amazing. But it doesn't. So that makes it significantly less useful. I don't know if it gets anything to heal itself with. I don't think so. And remember, Moltres is not in the Victory Road because it's in the Savvy Islands. So I wouldn't have been able to catch it anyway, but it would have been nice to get experience from level 50 Pokemon, which potentially would also be a fun boss fight for this episode. But I guess just the wild trainers around... Wild trainers. The random trainers around here are also being a bit of an issue so far. So those by themselves are pretty much boss fights for me. Yeah, you detected me switching out. Is this going to be an issue? I don't think this is going to be an issue. It's a bit more of an issue than I thought it would be. But it's not an issue. Because look at his HP bar, it's going down. KO. Next one. Goldeen. Definitely not saying I would slug for a Goldeen. Thor. God of Thunder. Lord of Thunder. Manectric is not quite God tier. It's not quite a lord of anything either. It's just the symbolization of thunder is the best credit I can give it. That's not fair. Manectric has been really good for the team. Manectric has actually done a lot of good for us. So it's not fair to diminish its usefulness. Granted, Zapdos would have been better. Probably. I don't want to say Raikou would have been better, because seeing how bad Ante was. Holy crap, I am not having any faith in the legendary beasts in this generation at all. Because, wow, Ante is just bad. But maybe Raikou wouldn't be bad, maybe it's just Ante. I think Suicune is still pretty decent, but that's because Suicune's entire thing is being bulky. And being bulky doesn't require a good move pool. Exhibit A, Krillin. Krillin is decently bulky. Could do with a little bit more HP, granted, but decently bulky. Has a horrible move pool. Absolutely atrocious move pool, as a matter of fact. It's probably gonna die, frankly. So maybe that wasn't a good example, because... Can you please just stop with the Blossom? I'm aware, there's a lot of Blossom around here. But I don't want to switch out for every single Blossom into Slug, kill the Blossom, and then... There's a lot of grass types around here. Grinding Slug is going to be easy. Thor is going to be a bit of an issue. So how does this work again? I think I push the boulder up there. Right, and then... Not all the way up, because that means I can't get it down again. I'm going to use... Okay, I was gonna be upset about not getting a Feebas. And it's purely because Feebas is a rare Pokemon. Not because it's a good Pokemon, because it's... Talking about bad Pokemon, hello Sunkun. How's that low stat total going for you? Because... You're pathetic. So I am remembering this Victory Road puzzle fairly well. Either that or I'm going into the wrong direction, which is... Look, this is what an Executor should look like. Well, actually, I'm not fair there. I really like the look of Alolan Executor. I just don't like the fact that it's suddenly, for some reason, a Dragon type. And I know that was probably out is only going to Moltres, which isn't there anymore. So now it's a God's pack. Whoopty fucking do. No! No! Just no. But I'm going to stay in against you because you have Drizzle, which means Thunder has 100% accuracy, which is not good for you. Which is very bad for you. I really like the fact that Kyogre defeats itself with its ability. And it's going to be a good amount of experience as well. I mean, of course, its water type moves will get strengthened. But having Thunder get to 100% accuracy and you're weak to it due to your own ability, it's just not good. Just very not good. So what now? Didn't I already push that onto? I'm lost. I'm legitimately lost at this point. I'm just going to kill this Articuno because it will get me to level 47. And that's just something I want to do because I have a little bit of an OCD thing about Pokemon almost being the next level. And maybe that's a good thing. Because it means that I actually level more Pokemon. But it also is a bad thing because if something is significantly under halfway to the next level, I really can't be asked to give them any experience, which ends up meaning that things get left behind in levels like this. I probably could just take out Articuno again, because it wasn't really that difficult before. And that's how you get underleveled and have to go grinding. But I also don't want to spend my entire episodes just fighting wild random Pokemon. Because that doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me. And it also makes the episodes literally 2 hours long. If I would fight every wild Pokemon, and I would run out of PP and I would have to go back to the Pokemon Center. Or I would have to do, God forbid, I would have to do editing. No. Thank you very much, but no. I probably should have gone some repels there. That probably would have been useful in this case. Because I would have definitely known that I was gonna get lost. Because I always do. Not just a Victory Road, I just always get lost. So I'm going to use a little bit of the speed button here. I hope you guys aren't bothered by that. If you are, tough luck. Because all these random encounters, I'm not going to do it in the overworld and all that good jazz, but for these random encounters, I'm kind of over them already. So this just frees up a path, literally where I just came from. Sunkern, you're literally wasting my time. Okay, I said I wasn't going to use it in the overboard. Don't go overboard now. Really lucky that that thing didn't have arena trap. Okay, so now I know what to do again. Yes. Okay, I remember. You have to push down these things. I just don't know how many of them there are. I don't think that many. Okay, this is just satisfying because Crobat dies very easily. And I just like... I don't know why, particularly, Crobat is satisfying to kill, but I like killing Crobat for some reason. So where does that boulder go? Because I just pushed it down. It literally just goes over there. Okay. And I think that leads out of Victory Road, right? I think we've done it. Within a reasonable time frame for an episode as well. I'm proud of myself. Which means next episode is going to be the finale. Or we're going to die and then the episode after that is going to be a very awkward episode with a team we haven't used at all and going into the Elite Four. But honestly, if this team dies against the Elite Four, that's practically a loss. I mean, we can have an honorary win, but I'm counting that as not a win if we lose with this team. Because this team is my best hope, other than significantly over-leveling. If I over-level, I can win with a Magikarp. I don't know if I literally can win with a Magikarp. I think somebody did a video on that. Right? I mean, I know it's a challenge thing that's popping off. Beating X game with weak Pokemon. But has Magikarp and Pokemon Fire Red already been done? We made it to the Indigo Plateau though. Holy crap. So next episode we're going to take on the Elite Four. And I'm going to level up to about level... I want to say 55. But most importantly, what I learned today is Krillin is not going to come with us into the Elite Four. It's going to be Oolong. Because Oolong has been on the team longer, deserves a little bit of the glory, and I think it will just all around be more useful. So this is going to be the team we are going into the Elite Four with. Moves may vary due to level up learn sets. For the Manectric, Pain the Crawdant, Flog the Porygon 2, which I'm actually going to check, it's just a normal type, okay. Tien the Machamp, which was our starter. Our starter has survived up until the Elite Four, which might be a first for me. Slug the Macargo, and Oolong the Grumpig. I wanted to say Tapik, you're not a Tapik, you're a Grumpig. With that, next time, everybody's going to be level 55, we're heading into the Elite Four, and I'm probably going to buy a shit ton of Hyper Potions. And for restores, and all that kind of good stuff. Until then, do not forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel though, if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. I'll see you all next time. Bye.